Hi TB Milk family. Today we are talking about that in which we are all searching for. We are going to pour over some restoration on our lives, and then we are going to go ahead and erupt this house, this glass ceiling with praise, so that you may vibrate freely. So, family, I remember this story of the children of Israel, and they were kind of playing out that keeping up with the Joneses idea. So everybody had a king except them. So they wanted one. But they did not understand what they had inside them. They did not understand that they had the King of Kings inside them. The power of power coursing through their very blood and breath. See, don't you get it? We're all out here searching for different products in the same store. Don't you get it? We're all searching for something. And we all go through different phases, thinking it's different things, whether it be emotions or relationships, possessions, material things, occupations, goals, friends. But what we're searching for is our identity. But the thing is, the crazy thing about it is it's always waiting for us inside. It's in all those cliche things that we don't want to hear when we're kids. And it's in all the things that we know, but choose to allow to keep a veil over. Our identity, it never changes. See, this idea of who you are, this idea of who Ariel Janae Musi is made in the mind by nature and nurture. And it's cradled by the earth. But it is fueled by one energy that is in you, that is in me, that is in those birds chirping behind me, that's in the water, that's in the wind, that's in the trees. Don't you get it? You, me, we are simply stories. But what happened if you would let go of the story? What if you would let go of your hold on the way it ends and the way it was, so you can experience it right now in totality for what it is? I have a question. Would you give up all the hatred inside you, all the anger, all the envy, jealousy, greed? Would you give it all up to know true identity, to know freedom? Would you give it all up to know peace, love, serenity? Would you give it all up to see blessings you've never seen? Would you give it all up to hear things you've never heard? Would you give it all up to know that every day you will be blessed and hear back also that it's gonna be done? Would you give up all the doubts so that everything that flowed into you was abundance, pushing you forward, would you give it up? Would you give up the cries and the screams to erupt with praise so you could fill yourself up and overflow with life, force, energy? Would you allow it so you could overflow with the true essence of your soul, with who you are, with the energy that wants to just touch you and bring you home? Would you allow it? Would you allow it? What have we learned? What have we been taught that God is? And I'm not talking about the idea of God that's sitting on top of a hill looking down and condemning his people. I'm talking about the God that shows up on time every time. The God who mathematically has calculated the symmetry in the world down to the microscopic fractal piece that if you zoom in every single time, it will always be the same to see. I'm talking about the God that is guaranteed to wake you up with the sun and put you to sleep with the moon, that is guaranteeing to make sure that the rains fall, to fertilize these lands so that we may eat and breathe from the lungs of his trees. I'm talking about the totality of everything that we feel and see. Would you give up a limited belief in a narrow scope of field? Would you throw away those blinders so that you could actually feel what is in truth? Would you give up the fear so that you could open up inside of you? Don't you hear what's happening? This is heaven touching earth. When you speak from the very place that you were birthed, when you understand that nothing can be taken from you and you can't take anything from yourself because you are pure energy, you are straight abundance, wealth. Beyond material things, I swear if you take yourself off of that shelf, you will break down every single wall. There will be nothing blocking you from all. You will be absolute, and you will stand in totality, and you will breathe in grace, and you will realize that nothing has ever been happening to you. It's been happening for you to show you the truth. Because how could you know heaven if you didn't know earth? Limited field that is created from conception's birth. How could you know if you've never had less? So let go of the victim role. You are always in control. And everything you hear is exactly on time. And it's being sent for you on purpose. Don't question it. Allow it to be as it is. Allow yourself to change your perception, change your reaction, evolve. It's not even survival of the fittest. It's survival of those who tap into what is within all of us. Who is not scared to go within. Who's not afraid to release that kid within. So, would you let go of your story? Would you let go of the identity of Ariel, Janae, Musi? Would you let that go to take on the identity and the essence of your soul? Patient, kind, understanding, forgiving, loving, still, peace, serenity, joy, happiness, freedom, opportunity, open doors. This is the identity of what we really are, the identity of our Father. And we can rise up to that vibrational consciousness and be home. We are always home. It just takes those little choices every single day to not react, to not identify with our emotions, to not identify with what's going on out here, because we identify with what is inside of us, and that is the peace, the acceptance, the unconditional love, the guidance, the tenderness, the shade-giving tree in a storm. That has to become our identity. So we have to give up the judge for the observer. This is what I've been talking about the whole time. Every video, this is what I've been talking about. Would you give up the identity of the human being, the judge, to just simply observe and love? We are the cosmos staring back at itself. Do you know how phenomenal it is to be able to witness what we have created mentally? So if we are just witnessing what we've created mentally, what are we going to create in this new world? Who are you going to be? Because once you know, you know. And there's no going back. Break the barriers. We're always home. And I love you so much, TB Milk family. I love you so much. Every person who writes to me, every person who thanks me, I thank you. And you should thank yourself too. Because we're all the same. It's all within us. One love.